What is up, guys? How we doing? Just wanted to go over the divisional round real quick. I know my football videos ain't the most popular, but you know what? It's the divisional round. It's the best weekend of football. Lots to talk about, so let's go over it. Start with the Chiefs game. Chiefs versus Texans. You already know what I'm gonna fucking say. That missed false start, taking away the Texans' field goal, and then that horrible personal foul call leading to a Chiefs fucking touchdown, a 10-point deficit. Now you're up 2 possessions. Thank you, refs. People are going to deny that that's why they won. Look, I cannot express enough to you how different the game becomes when you're down 2 possessions. And when a bad call contributes to that, that's a problem. You could say the Texans kicker would have missed anyway because he missed the extra point, but that's because he was shooken up because of how close the player got after the first kick. So I think if that field goal goes in or that flag is called, wouldn't that result in a first down or would it result in a re-kick? Anyway, if that field goal goes in and that personal foul doesn't happen, then it's 12 to it's once they were 2 scores down, it was hopeless. Okay? The Chiefs, if you're a Chiefs fan, I don't know how your butthole isn't puckered right now because you know that you got to go face the fucking Bills and you barely beat the Texans. Oh, and how about Patrick Mahomes, Mr. Let the Players Play, stopping right by the sideline so he could get pushed out and flop like LeBron James to try to draw a penalty. Patrick Mahomes, you're a baby back bitch. Joe Burrow is better than you any day of the week. Moving on. Then we had the horrible upset of the Lions and Commanders. I'm not a Lions fan, and this game broke my heart. You go to the AFC Championship. Your team shows so much promise. You go into the next year. You're the number 1 seed. You're hosting a home divisional game for the fucking first time ever. And you lose. I didn't say it on film, so I don't got proof of it, but I've been saying it this whole time on social media that, it's going to come down to Jared Goff and his interceptions. All year long, he has gotten away with throwing a shit ton of interceptions, having a good defense to stop, the opposing team, and then had such a powerful offense that even after throwing 3 interceptions, they can come out there and score 3 touchdowns in 5 minutes. 5 interceptions in the divisional round is unacceptable. It might work in a regular season game, but not against the final 8. That's what it comes down to. Hell, I don't think the Commanders were the better team here. Out of those 5 turnovers, 2 of them, they turned into points. They should have whooped the Lions' ass. This game shouldn't have been close. I don't think the Commanders were the better team, and I do think they're going to lose to the Eagles. I think it's going to be Eagles-Bills in the Super Bowl unless the refs pull something out of their ass for the Chiefs. And I do not understand why they went for the onside kick with 5.5 minutes left. Yes, they were probably going to have to go with the onside kick at some point. However, you never know what the fuck could happen. You could force a fumble. You could get an interception. If you punt it and you pin the Commanders down deep, then they have to punt. But because you did the onside kick, the Commanders have it inside their own 40 or inside the Lions' 40. So they have every obligation to go for it on 4th down, which they did, and then got 3 and outed. So it wasn't a 3 and out. They got 1 first down and then went 3 and out. But that shaved 2 minutes off the clock. Why would you do that? If you would have just punted normally, stopped them, you have an offense that can score in 3 plays. We just watched it happen. So you just gave the Commanders, and then if you pin them down deep, they don't have the obligation to go for it in 4th because then you turn it over on downs and give the Lions a free field goal or touchdown. I do not understand going for the onside kick that early, but at the end of the day, shouldn't have fucking came down to that. 5 interceptions, dude. 5. 4 by Goff, 1 on that trick play. Everybody's going to criticize that trick play, but you know what? When it works, they're hailed as geniuses. At the end of the day, I do not think the Commanders were the better team, but they showed up, and their defense, or their offense, was just ripping through the Lions' defense, which was, fucking riddled with injuries, and can't turn the ball over like that in the final 8. So the Lions got a horrible defeat, which sucks because I think everybody in America thought the Lions would be in the Super Bowl this year. My heart breaks for you Lions fans. I could not imagine. Everybody thought they were going. And now the offensive and defensive coordinator are in talks with going to other teams. I do not think this is a loss. I do think the Lions will be in the Super Bowl in the next 5 years. Moving on to the Eagles and Rams. I was hoping for a Rams upset here, but you got the LA Rams playing in the snow. You know that Philadelphia is going to be used to it. They did actually put a way closer game together than I thought they would. And hell, they could have won it last second, but they just didn't. So the Eagles dominated there. I liked today better than yesterday because today was a coin flip on both games. Either one of them could have won. Yesterday, you pretty much knew the Chiefs were going to beat the Texans because of the refs' help. No one knew the Lions would get beat, so that was an amazing surprise, but everybody figured that's how it would go. I can't believe the second quarter. Whoa, man, that game was insane. And then, so, Eagles took care of business. And then you had the game of the week, the Bills and the Ravens. I'm so happy to see the Ravens lose. I'm sorry. I actually thought for a second that the Ravens might win, and I thought this was going to be a higher scoring game. Came down to the wire. Buffalo Bills took care of business. And so now we're going to have the Bills and the Chiefs and the Eagles and the Commanders. And the sad thing is I think the Eagles are going to beat the Commanders. And I think the Bills are going to beat the Chiefs. And the Eagles are going to beat the Commanders, I applaud the Commanders for making it this far with a new head coach and a rookie quarterback. Amazing. Looking good for the future. Fucking Cowboys are going to be on the bottom of the division forever, baby. But that is the same division, right? Am I stupid? Yeah, it's the Commanders, Giants, and Eagles, right? I don't know. I might be lying to you. I'm pretty sure that's that division. Anyway, just amazing. Amazing weekend. Fun. Got down to the Final Four. I'm definitely picking the Bills and Eagles. I wouldn't mind seeing the Commanders beat the Eagles since they took out the number 1 seed. But what sucks, man, is the Lions are a better team. The Lions are a better team than the Commanders, hands down. It came down to Goff. It came down to him throwing interceptions. One of the interceptions in the end zone, I think there were 2 inside the Lions' territory, that were just heartbreakers because you don't even come away with a field goal there. And then the one in the interception that was just underthrown, 100% on Goff. If he just throws it over the, you had 2 players running like this, and if he would have just had a little bit more height on it, touchdown. But just underthrew it. Can't do that, man. That Goff, you better be practicing your ass off this offseason because that's unacceptable. Next season, you keep throwing picks like that, I think you get benched. Yes, I realize they were 15-2 or whatever and went to the postseason 16-1, whatever. But you can't be throwing interceptions like that all the goddamn time. I don't care how successful you are or how many yards you're putting up a game. You can't be doing that. Not in moments like this when it matters. And they got away with it all season, and I figured that's what it would come down to, and it sucks that it came true. I said before the game it would be the most Lions thing ever to lose this game, and unfortunately, it's the losses like that make you hungry for more. And, at least you're not like the Pittsburgh Steelers going into the offseason more confused than you came into the season, so that's good. I just want to say the Steelers are in the worst position in football ever. And Yeah. So yeah, the Bills and Ravens game, incredibly close game. Bills pretty much had it. Defense played great, and yeah, what a weekend! What a weekend! I'm gonna pick Bills and Commanders because I want the Commanders to make it after being such a surprising dominant team. But I do think the Eagles are going to win because I think the Commanders did not. You got to keep in mind they got 5 turnovers and they only won by 14 points. Like, that's not that great. Yes, they played amazing offense in the second quarter, and their defense played great. But a lot of it just had to do with Goff sucking, you know? Like, take away those interceptions, the Commanders don't win. I don't think they're going to beat the Eagles. I'm rooting for them to. Don't think it's going to happen. Bills, easy win over the Chiefs. The only way the Chiefs get past the Bills is if the refs help them. The Bills are going to fucking dominate them. And then now that the Lions are out, I had them winning the Super Bowl. Now it's going to be the Bills, Eagles, or Bills, Commanders. I think Bills take it. I think Bills take it this year. Or maybe they go and they lose their 5th Super Bowl. That would be so awful. I don't know what's worse, that or what just happened to the Lions, but there's no fucking way the Chiefs three-peat. They're not that good looking right now. Sorry, Chiefs fans. If I were you and watched this game, I would not be excited. If you're a realistic NFL fan watching the Chiefs game, that was an ugly-ass win, and yes, you get to thank the refs for that win. And I am tired of watching your boy Mahomes do the ugliest shit. I'm going to stop right out of bounds so I can get pushed and flail my arms in the air for a fucking flag. Let the players play, right, Mahomes? Dude, you and your fucking girlfriend deserve each other. That bitch, oh my god. Yeah, so those are my picks. We got the Bills going Bills, Commanders, Super Bowl. Bills take it. And what a fascinating weekend of football. It was fun. It was fun. So heartbroken for the Lions just seeing them in the stadium. I think everybody knew at halftime. I think the gut feeling for Lions fans, like, it was like, yeah, we do have an offense that can get it together, but our defense ain't stopping them. You got to stop them. And then I feel so bad for them. Like, the misery on their face was just... This is the first time this has happened in our lifetime. Think about that. A lot of people can't comprehend that. In our lifetime, this is the first time the Lions finished number 1. Lost to the fucking Commanders. Like, what? Anyway, that's the big upset of the weekend, big drama of the weekend, and I love that, of course, the Chiefs game is ridiculed with, yep, the story is the refs. I'm not saying that the Chiefs would have lost if it wasn't for those calls. The Texans did not play that great. However, it changed the whole dynamic of the game. If the Texans get 3 there and the Chiefs don't get 7 there, then it's like a 2-point game, 1-point game, instead of now it's fucking 10 points. And so that just completely changes the dynamic of the game. And now you got to hope that you 3 and out the Chiefs and then capitalize. And it just didn't happen. So sorry, Chiefs fans. I think if you're being realistic, I would be scared shitless of the Bills right now. And Eagles and Commanders, honestly, I think is a toss-up. I'm going for the Commanders just because I think they deserve it after knocking off the 1 seed. But I do think the Eagles are going to pull it out. So what I want is Bills and Commanders. What I think is Bills and Eagles. Bills win either way. I think Bills win either way. Anyway, that's the divisional round recap. It's been a fun season of football. It's just cool to see the Lions and Commanders play in the divisional round. 2 teams that aren't used to being there, you know? And it's cool to see the Bills dominating now after the Patriots kicking their ass for 20 years. It's cool. It's cool to see teams in the playoffs that you don't normally see. Of course, when it comes to my team, I couldn't have a more abysmal feeling in my stomach about them. But I've already made an hour-long video talking about them, so I'm going to stream at 10 o'clock 10 o'clock playing Crash Bandicoot. I'm on the last island, and then I got to go back through and do all the inverted levels. I appreciate you all that have came and shown up, and it's actually doing pretty good numbers, and I just appreciate you guys being there. It means the world. I'm having a lot of fun with you guys, and thanks for all the love and support, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.